Good morning, everybody. Welcome once again to InfoComm 2017. We're here on the NEC Display Solutions stand 1600. Really delighted to have a creative genius with us today. We've got Jon9, who is the CEO or president of Hollow9. Jon, welcome.
Thank you.
Now, how many people do you think in the AV world will know what you do?
Well, I've been in the AV world for a couple of decades now. I started.
Doesn't look like it.
Well, I stay well pickled, I started out working with video wall systems back in the analog days when we had analog TVs with big rubber gaskets around them, and we'd stack them up and make video walls.
Right.
And I've kept an interest in cutting edge technology, and now we've sort of moved into this new world where we're mixing physical display systems with virtual reality, and that's kind of what we're doing here.
Yeah, and we're going to talk in a second about some of the stuff that you've been doing here on the NEC stand. But it's always difficult to know. I mean, if I see something amazing in our world, I often think that it might be yours. And I was in Barcelona at the Mobile World Congress, and it was the Ericsson stand.
Yeah.
And they had, what would you describe? What was on the stand? How would you describe it?
Well, that was the first iteration of this exact installation.
Okay. Right.
We originally designed it for Ericsson. They gave us a 9 by 12 foot footprint out of their 20,000 square foot booth. And we had to come up with an immersive environment. And so I designed it using the NEC screens because of certain technical features that they offered.
Yeah.
And we used Hypnotizer media servers. So I'm driving all 18 screens with one server.
Okay.
At Green Hippo out of London.
Yeah.
And that gives us a 6.5K by 2.5K image.
Right.
And that's a high enough resolution for us to get a really good immersive feel, even at close viewing distance.
So the cave that we talked about on the show earlier today, the cave is something that people need to come and see at the NEC stand. It's an amazing thing.
Yes.
You probably don't call it a cave. It's really a prelude to something you call the virtualarium.
We call it
right?
virtual immersive portal.
A virtual immersive, a VIP.
A VIP, and the idea is that it's a portal between the physical world and the virtual world.
Okay.
And it's a way of using the tools and techniques of creating virtual reality, but presenting on a 2D surface. And the advantage of that is you could be in an environment like this at a trade show, or it could be in an airport, or it could be in an educational setting, and people can experience that virtual reality content, but they don't have to put on head-mounted displays.
Right.
And so for public consumption of virtual reality, this is an option that makes good.
So it's a 7-minute, 8-second sort of show. That may not be the right word, but describe what happens when you go in.
Well, we have 3 different sections. First, there's a section underwater, where we have some amazing footage of sharks shot by ABC4 video out of Naples, Florida. And then we go to a section where we're in Nepal, and we have some amazing footage of the Himalayas from X-Res in Los Angeles.
Yep.
And then we go to Mars. So we created these 3 different virtual environments, and then there's some cool graphical interface in between. And we have that going on inside the room, but then in front of the room, we have a projection on the floor to enhance the virtual environment. And that's a second server that's driving 3 projectors that's synchronized with the content inside the room. So you get this kind of a tractor loop, and then it kind of funnels people into the experience.
Yeah. How long does it take to create something which only lasts, say, 7 minutes? How long have you been working on that?
We put about 2-3 weeks into it.
Okay.
And there's a lot of back and forth with the client and trying to find just the right tone for this event, to show off their product, but also have a kind of creative element to it.
Now, you've been to InfoComm before.
I've worked at InfoComm many times, and I've also been working with NEC for both InfoComm and digital signage.
Yeah, you did something at DSE in March, I believe, with them.
Yes,
it was quite
cool. We've been going back for 2 years now, and we've been developing this relationship, and it's really a great opportunity. They've given me a lot of creative freedom, so it's nice to be able to bring a more kind of artistic sensibility into trade show environment.
Okay. Well, it's certainly one of the main attractions on the stand. I can see from the crowds around here that the people queuing to get in. So tell us a little bit more about the virtualarium, which you think is something going to be quite big.
Well, imagine this enclosure, but with 300 people.
Okay, so this enclosure is how big? 12 foot by?
This one's 12 foot by 9 foot.
Okay. So
but imagine a much larger enclosure, and instead of using flat screens, we'll use passive stereoscopic LED, and a screen that wraps around the entire audience.
Okay.
And when you do that, and you fill the field of view from top to bottom and left to right, and then we use special rendering techniques, we can create an environment where the audience feels like they're sitting inside of the movie.
Okay.
And then we're going to do long-form narrative storytelling.
Right.
In other words, we're going to make movies for this immersive environment.
Okay, well that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So talk about the movies then, because you're based in what people call Silicon Beach, down in El Segundo, LA. So explain to us first of all what Silicon Beach covers, the area.
Well, Silicon Beach is basically from Santa Monica down to Manhattan Beach, and this sort of stretch where a lot of the internet companies are now located.
Okay.
Google's got their LA headquarters there. A lot of the big players. LA has turned into the place where the internet meets the entertainment industry, and the two are kind of, coming together in interesting ways. And that's why we're going to launch the virtualarium there, because it's very much a new form of technology, tapping into the tradition of cinema for digital storytelling.
Right. Okay. So there's things bubbling up there, if you like.
A lot of fermentation.
Fermentation that the AV industry should take a look at then.
Absolutely.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
There's other things that we should know about. How do we get those things? Because we live in our own little bubble here in the AV world. You go to InfoComm in Florida, you go to InfoComm in Vegas.
Okay, well here's a nice out of the bubble suggestion. Go to the SIGGRAPH show.
Okay.
SIGGRAPH LA is...
this is SIGGRAPH.
Yes.
When's that?
It's in August, and I want to say it's at the Staples Center this year, but it may be in Anaheim, I'm not sure. But
okay, one of the two, yeah.
One of the two. And SIGGRAPH is an interesting show because it is a trade show, and there's a lot of commerce going on there, but there's also a lot of creativity, and it's the place where the creative class of the film industry meets and shares work and shares technology. So, if you're in the AV industry and you're looking for another perspective on really cutting edge stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that we often lose. Unless we bring people like you from LA to shows like this, we don't get it, first of all. But then it's very difficult in a big show like this to find you. But we're here, we're here. We
come to NEC.
Come to the NEC stand and you found us. Good. Jon, thanks very much for coming on our show.
It's a pleasure, thank you.